Thank you so much for once again joining me today on the Path of Ascension. We will be doing Humility for SplinterBark Nightmare. You go over here to your Soul Mirror, you come down to SplinterBark Nightmare, you choose Humility. We'll be doing this with Pelagos with the Spirit Forged Aegis. So one thing I want to note is I am using all the charms. So what you can do at the beginning of this fight is you can actually power yourself up so that way you can open with Unleash, and then you can use your Aspirant's Binding right off the bat. That will work on any fight. So on any fight, you'll be able to do that. Just power yourself up with the Confront Memories, and then the Aspirant's Binding to power you up. And then, of course, wait for cooldowns, use your Unleash. But for this fight, so for the SplinterBark Nightmare, he has two phases. The first one, he will start unenraged. During this phase, he casts SplinterBark Spike, which will do two spikes that will be Gray Swirls. If they go off underneath you or if you walk into them, they will stun you. The other one will be a green flower, which is the third item. You want to pick that up. It does stack 10 times. It has a 9% reduction to damage. And so that's a total of 90%. Also during this phase, he will do Nightmarish Wail, which is a fear, which you do want to avoid because it can, of course, fear you into the spikes, which will stun you. You do have a timer of 2 minutes, 30 seconds to down him, so you do not want to get stunned. Once he has hit his max enrage, you'll see it on a bar, he will go enraged. You can no longer control him during this phase. You want to make sure to use your Confront Memory Shield, so that way you can face tank him. Make sure you have the 9, so that way it can also help you there, the 90. And then, of course, if you have the Spirit Forged Aegis, you can also use that to reflect some of the damage back to him, assuming you don't have your Confront Memory Shield up, as it will actually not reflect any damage if you stack those two together. And then, of course, once he's done enraging, he will go back to phase 1, and you will continue to DPS him. I'm going to go ahead and ring the bell, and just like you, do the same. Make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, follow me on YouTube. Also, follow me on Twitch at the_dab86. And let's get this started, and I'll show you how to power up here. And this, once again, works on any fight. I just now noticed it, and it only seems to be when I have the charm that allows me to do this. Generally, you wouldn't be able to. We're going to power up here, and this can be done in any fight, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to get all powered up here before we start this, because we only have 2 minutes and 30 seconds to down him. So we're going to power up here, go with our cooldown, so that way we can mitigate as much as we can here, or do as much damage, and then go into mitigation. Because we're going to open up with the damage, and then, of course, we're going to take a shield right off the bat to get to our 9 of the flower. So this next one should give it, and then we're going to give it a few seconds. And this can be done on any fight. So there we go. Got enough to do Unleash. We're going to wait for that to be a little bit more. Got that, so we're going to go straight damage now. And that should be the fight right there. A lot easier when you do it right. Still a huge freaking inconvenience.